Hey, it's Ace again. It's time that Team Weed came back together. We want to shed some light on what made our VDL so powerful, collectively and individually. It was actually Jeff who leveraged the power of weeds originally, this being an obvious passion of his from the get-go. Kira and I both saw the strength in weeds, and we saw the strength in how he communicated his passion for weeds. It was their resilience and how it could equate to our continued survival. I tell you what, let's have Jeff tell us where this all started for him. Jeff, you say that weeds can save the world, but the question on everyone's mind is how?
One day last spring, I was walking with my dog past a field of giant dandelions. I chuckled under my breath, knowing the land manager had been taking great measures to kill them all. I decided then I wanted to know how weeds adapt and get stronger in the face of adversity. Lucky for me, Kira and Ace each chose to join me on this ride, making it more fruitful and fun. Wanting to know nothing more than how weeds do what they do, we went skinny dipping for functions with open minds and no parachutes, and quickly realized that weeds, like water bears and cockroaches, are resourceful and resilient beyond compare. I learned that weeds can change the world by showing us how to design systems, processes, and forms that adapt quickly to changing environmental conditions through the employment of signal and response, cause and effect feedback loops. I also experienced how essential a collaborative friendship can be. Thank you, Team Weed.
That's great. And you're absolutely right. Collaborative efforts bring more wisdom to the table and are critical in biomimicry. Period. Hey, Kira, what about you? What caught your interest about Team Weed?
Team Weed caught my interest because it offered an opportunity to learn about adaptability from the experts of the plant world.
I just love that. You think you can quickly explain Team Weed's process for us? What did you learn from the overall experience?
We chose a unique approach for this research, starting as a group to work through the biology to design process, by the end of which we had a long list of weeds and a few deep dives each. From there, we focused on our favorite function and started to research independently. This approach allowed us to uncover more natural models from the start and gave the team a common background from which to comment on each other's work. The biggest lesson learned for me was the iterative nature of biomimicry. I started by learning about weeds, then discovered underlying patterns in ecosystem succession, and ultimately landed on complex adaptive systems to inform my research. Weeds are incredibly adept at thriving in disturbance and provided lessons that can apply to a wide range of human endeavors. Many weeds rely on incredibly high quantity production, which allows them to trial various strategies quickly and to build on successes before other species even get started. By accessing locally abundant space and resources, they improve their ability to survive and thrive. In fact, Team Weed reminds me of these species, moving swiftly, learning lots, and adapting quickly. I'm incredibly lucky to have found this group, and the experience will be the groundwork upon which many future projects will be built.
You're right. Team Weed does exemplify some valuable lessons gleaned from weeds. I really enjoyed the transformative essence of our project. The idea that weeds are this noxious organism and we each had our own paradigm shift. Now we see weeds, and also bacteria, as these resilient, wise organisms that can teach us how to be equally adaptable and forge forward. I learned that mutualistic relationships are found in micro, meso, and macro levels. I don't know about you guys, but I can't help but admire every weed I see now. The genius within is quite amazing. Overall, Team Weed was able to leverage and transform the stigmas surrounding weeds, creating a plethora of opportunities for designing ways to save our world. Thanks so much, Team Weed. This is only the start for our collective future.